Hey everybody, I hope you're enjoying your Tuesday. My name's Dan, and of course, you're tuning into Collector's Digest. Alright, so I wanted to work on these poses, and there was a Instagram account that I've been following and got a lot of inspiration from. And I'm going to show you their work, their photos, and you'll see a lot of similarities in the poses that I got inspired by this person. I also modded my penguin figure. So, the idea was I really just wanted to make the women look better, look more sexy, more like the animated series. So for Joker, I kicked one arm behind his back and then the other one in front, and he just kind of poses like that. Now, I'm still waiting to get, this is the expression pack Joker. I can switch him to his regular suit. This is him with the trench. This is from Joker's Favor and a handful of other different episodes where he kind of wore a trench coat. Not often. Then for Crane here, Talia, Ivy, and Catwoman, I want to show you a gentleman's Instagram real quick. This kid is fucking talented, but he doesn't take commissions. So I'm definitely inspired by his work. And you should definitely follow him because he's fucking amazing. He does an Ivy head that I hope I'll be able to get if, he ever makes more of them. Basically, I want to make Joker's eyes a little more yellow. And then I want to try to get 2 Riddlers so that I can make a classic Ra's al Ghul, because I know that I can do it with some sculpt. Doesn't take commissions. You got to do it yourself. Just like that. Like, you see that? So I'm going to make my penguin look like that, which is a little more true to the animated series. So Zelu 1984, I hope that's how you pronounce it. I hope I didn't butcher that. I was inspired by him to put my figures in the poses that he had them in, meaning Catwoman, Ivy, Talia, and Crane, because I was really at a loss. And once I saw what he did with his, I was like, wow, man, that's incredible. That captures the essence, the characteristics just from the animated series. So I was happy that I was able to put them in these poses, because for a while they're having everybody in just like a generic pose. It gets boring. You know what I mean? Ghost, I wanted to capture him on that poster, Beware the Great Ghost from Phantom City Creative. The only issue is that he doesn't have a double jointed elbow, so you can't. This is the only way I can really kick his gun up like that. However, I think that it looks good. Like, if we bring this up, and this is how he'll look on the shelf like that. Mad Hatter, I used the teacup and spoon that came with Penguin. The spoon does come out, as you can see. And I was surprised, like, they didn't give anything like that for Mad Hatter or a deck of cards or anything. I wish I had some cards for him, because I wanted to put him in a pose where he's throwing up some cards, but I don't have any 1/12 scale cards, especially ones that are animated. So I gave him the teacup with the spoon, right arm behind his back, and then he's holding on to that, and I just think that looks dope. That fits the character. I'm happy with that. For Harvey Bullock here, I'll bring him front and center. I'm going to be putting a toothpick right here, like he's holding on to a toothpick. I'm working on one. I'm debating if I should just use Sculpey or if I should break off a piece of a toothpick and work on it till it looks like a literally 1/12 scale toothpick. I used the actual toothpick for my 1/4 scale Raph in Disguise NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure, but it's easier to use a real toothpick with a 1/4 scale figure than it is for a 1/12 scale figure. It needs to be much, much smaller. So I wasn't able to come up with anything yet to put in his hands, but I just got the revolver in his right hand. That's the pose I decided to go with, and you can't really do anything else besides that. So I think that looks good. Now, Gordon was kind of tricky, because while I was watching the animated series last night, there's a couple things that he usually always has, and it's either a pipe and his microphone here, or a gun, right? Well, I didn't want to just give him a gun. I wanted to do something special for Gordon. It's Jim Gordon. And I came across a couple episodes that he was drinking coffee. Still wanted to give him a coffee cup, and luckily I had one. Now, I would have went with a pipe, a tobacco pipe. I wish I had a 1/12 scale tobacco pipe, because that would fit him perfectly. He always has that in the animated series, but I don't have one. And when I looked on eBay for one, I can't find one. So I might have to sculpt that, because I think it would be dope to have Gordon with a pipe. And I just put some polyester in there so that it looks like steam's coming out, right? And I was really proud of that, man. I really like that. I think that that's dope. And then I just put his right arm behind his back with his little mic there. All right, so for Roz, man, the whole time I've had this figure, he's had his other head sculpt on, and I really like the Demon's Quest. That episode is dope to me, part 1 and part 2. So I thought, you know what? Let's get him in the Demon Quest get up. And I'm going to try to get an extra Riddler figure so that I can create what Zelu did with, he basically from the Riddler figure, he was able to make a classic Roz outfit from the animated series with this head sculpt. With a couple other things, you know. But he was able to take a couple figures out of the line and create the classic look for Roz, and it looks really, really good. So I'm gonna see if I can get an extra Riddler figure and do that myself, because it just looks so dope. So last but not least, this is Penguin. Now, I didn't change his pose or anything. You really can't change his pose, but I did a couple mods. I'll put before and after up on the screen right now. Alright, so I've been going back and forth all day, contemplating if I should just paint the glass lens that he already came with, or sculpt a new one. I wanted to sculpt a new one to shape it a little bit differently and then repaint this eyebrow here. Well, I was not happy with the clay that I have. I don't know, man, I need to get some different clay. Like, it's hard to work with, and then when you try to smooth it out, it always melts away. I don't know, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I said, you know what, let me see if I can work with the actual glass lens that he came with. So I primed it, I painted it, and then I put the black dot on it. Then I took some sewing yarn and I added the strap that gets connected to his glass eye right there, just with some sewing yarn. And it turned out to be like the perfect scale. Now I wish I could get it to bend, just kick out just a tad bit so that it looked a little more like the animated series, and I might figure out a way to do that. So I really like the way that it came out. I think that the pupil might be a little low. It could be a tad bit higher, but in all honesty, I think that it looks 1,000 times better than he came like, you know what I mean? I also sculpted and painted a cigarette and cigarette holder, as you can see right there. So I just took some Sculpey, I rolled it out, sculpted it, smoothed it out, baked it, and then painted it. And that's the end result, as you can see there. And I'm real proud of it, man. I think that it looks real good. I think that this figure looks a hell of a lot better than how he came. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about him in the comment section below. I'm interested. If you did a better job, if you knocked it out of the park, let me know where I can see yours, man, because I'm interested on what material people might use to replace that glass lens. But for the most part, for right now, I'm happy with it. But I'm curious to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section below. I'm happy with how the poses came out with the ladies over here. Like I said, man, I think that they look a lot better. But I'm curious to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section below. Just a little quick video today of a little mod and repost session on some of my animated series figures. And that's going to do it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Stay safe out there. Peace.